Welcome. How's everyone doing? Can't hear. Can anybody else hear me? Okay, cool. Maybe someone recommend that Chris leave and come back. Let's try that again. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. Let's see who's here today. Michelle says, good morning, Jackie and friends. Jackie says, greetings, lovely ones. Hi, Anik. Chris, good morning. Christine, happy Thursday. Love it. Joy, morning blessings, beautiful souls. Hi, Bonnie. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys for your help. I appreciate it. Hello, Rosemary. Rose. Hello, Helen. Yeah, I'm just shaking that off. That was a whole, jarring thing, but we're here. So today we're talking about the square between Saturn and Mercury. But you guys always know that I have a little anecdote whenever I get here, because stuff always happens before Insight Timer and all that stuff. Today has been like an Animal Kingdom episode in my house. So this morning, when I let my dogs out, they went nuts and I heard them barking and stuff, and then they ended up in the neighbor's yard. So I knew that there was some type of animal that they were chasing away. And long story short, there were raccoons hiding under my neighbor's kayak, which was the cutest thing. So I'm assuming they were in our yard, and then our dogs chased them around the fence, and they ended up hiding in the kayak. But I've never seen raccoons here. We've been here for 4 years. I obviously know that raccoons live in the area, but I've never seen them. And they were just so cute. 2 of them came out from the kayak and made eye contact with me, and they were trying to test my trust. But I think I moved, and then they got scared and they went back in the kayak. So that's a whole thing that we're gonna work around, keeping everyone safe and protected, and the raccoons will rehome and all that stuff. I know that they don't want to stay here. Our dogs are too vicious, and we don't want them to stay here because the chickens don't want them to be here. But whatever, so that happened, and then I went to my Animal Speak book and I looked in the dictionary to see what raccoon medicine was all about, because whenever animals appear in your life, it's they want you to act like them, essentially. We could put it that simply. But it's they're inviting you to use their medicine. So raccoon energy is all about not thievery, but they're very dexterous with their hands. They can manipulate things, and they also wear a mask. But it's not to hide behind the mask. It's to transform who you are by choosing to put the mask on, type of thing. So that was interesting. And then I was down in, this is my basement, and I was doing my whole morning routine, and I looked out the window, and never in the 4 years that I've been here have I seen a stray cat walking in front of my house. And it was just chilling. It was a nice gray cat, just leisurely walking in front of my walkway, and it just left and went to the neighbor's house, and it was just interesting. There's lots of animals here, but there were 2 animals that I've never seen before that both came today. So that was interesting. Both animals are nighttime animals, so now I'm trying to digest what that might mean, and it was very cool. Yeah, raccoons can react very unhappily with other animals sometimes. All animals, Christine says, oh wow, we saw a raccoon a couple of days ago, and we've never seen one in the 19 years that we've lived here. Interesting. Yeah, it's a nickname for raccoons, trash pandas. Because they look like little panda bears, and they rummage through your trash, right? Rose says, wow, amazing. I'm in the garden, and a blackbird was just a couple of meters away feeding in the garden on the strawberries and water here, just looking at me. I would, search the internet for what blackbird energy means, and that might be something that wants to work with you right now. In other news, let's talk about the energy. Excuse me. Who let the dogs out? I let the dogs out. I am who. Mercury is square Saturn in the sky. not exactly right now, but will be later today, but it's going to happen at 7 degrees. So Mercury will be at 7 degrees of Gemini. Saturn will be at 7 degrees of Pisces. So this is, they're squaring, 90 degrees square. They are squaring because they're both in mutable signs. So anytime planets are at the same degree of the same modality, the same quality of the sign, in this case it's mutable, that means that they form some tension. So we might feel, yesterday, today, tomorrow, we might feel some tension between our thoughts and emotions regarding our responsibilities. We might feel some tension regarding how we think and how we feel around rules in our life, around some boundaries, some tension if we feel like we have to follow a path or if we have to follow directions in some way. That can be what this tension is like. So let me break that down a little bit. Mercury at 7 of Gemini. Mercury rules your thoughts, your ideas, how you communicate, how you intake and process information. And he's in his own sign of Gemini. So that thought mental activity is just so amplified right now in general. Mercury is going to be in Gemini for like 2 weeks. So a week and a half because he entered on Monday, the 11th. So that Mercury in Gemini is all thoughts, creating tension with Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is where our boundaries come from, where we regulate ourselves, where we limit ourselves. And Saturn in Pisces, he walked into Pisces in March, and he's still like getting his bearings, I feel like. Like, I don't think that Saturn is going to be uncomfortable the whole time he's in Pisces. I feel like the energies just need to settle down a little bit because Pisces is mutable water. Think about your emotions just flowing and going with it. And it's very, I don't want to say la la land, but it is a little bit of la la land. Like, Pisces energy is just so free flowing. Just go with it, man. Don't worry about it. Things are going to change. And here's Saturn. He wants structure. He wants to limit things. He wants to regulate things. He wants you to be dutiful. Like, he wants you, it's all compassion, you know, like it's your divine father. Like, Saturn wants you to just get your shit together. But Pisces doesn't. Pisces doesn't want to be contained. So anyway, so this square between Saturn in Pisces, Mercury in Gemini, you could be feeling like it's time to rein in your emotions. It might be time to create a boundary on how much you let your past emotions linger, on how much you let your past emotions affect you or your current emotions, you know? And the tension comes from your mind. So Saturn in Pisces is already, this is the longer transit. Saturn entered Pisces in March, and he's going to be there for 2.5 years. Mercury in Gemini, 2 weeks, you know? So, I mean, the outer planet always wins. We'll talk about that in a second. So in this case, Saturn would be the winner. But this tension, this square tension comes all from your mind. Mercury in Gemini has 1,000,000 thoughts a minute. 1,000,000. What if this? What if that? What if you haven't learned your lesson from that situation yet? What if you're supposed to get some type of revenge from that situation that you're hanging on to? What if you're supposed to get some kind of closure from something that happened in the past and you can't move on until you get that? What if you're just being a crybaby? What if it's not a big deal and you're just supposed to suck it up? What if it's time to just move on? What if? And you have all these like what if thoughts. But here we go. The outer planet always wins. It has the bigger pull on the energy. I brought this up to a client recently, and she was like, but that doesn't make sense because it's so far away. Like, why would the outer planet have a bigger impact? And I liked what came through when I answered her question, so I want to share it here too. It's like, think about I just blanked. Think about like, I'm such in this world, like singing bowls is what I'm thinking of, or gongs, like anything that would strike a vibration. So the smaller gong, when you hit it, it's a very short resonance, like it only hangs out for a couple seconds. Whereas when you hit a gong that's wider than your arms, that thing's going to be sounding for like years, you know? So when you hit the gong of Saturn's orbit, it's going to be impacting you for a longer time. It gets like deeper in there, you know? And then you hit the smaller gong, Mercury, the small orbit, and it's just kind of like, and that's it. It kind of goes away. So I digress. The outer planet always wins. So today, with Mercury squaring Saturn, Saturn in Pisces wants you to take these big flowing emotions, Pisces, and make them realistic. Not put them in a box, but like rein them in a little bit. Saturn in Pisces right now wants you to set limits on how far you'll allow these emotions to take you. So I do want to point out that feeling emotions is healthy. We have this human body that experiences emotions because they teach us things, you know? However, there's a difference. There's a difference between feeling the emotion, processing the emotion, and lamenting on things that no longer serve you. Hanging on to an emotion is different than feeling it, letting it out, and then sighing the relief of it being gone. So Saturn is here right now to help you make a plan to process, to help you make a plan to move on from thoughts and emotions that may have been holding you back in some way. So Saturn is inviting you right now to dive into that inner child work, our favorite place to go, to dive into that shadow work. Maybe set yourself up for a deep emotion release. Maybe go find a hypnosis practitioner to help clear out some junk that's in there. Getting help from a professional in general. Yeah. It's time. Jupiter wants us to like limit how much we allow our emotional body to affect us. It's meant, you know, our emotions are meant to show us something that needs attention. But when your whole life is run on your emotional reactions, what are you doing? What are you even doing? One more planet that I want to talk about today, because we have this square, Mercury square Saturn. Jupiter, let me think about places right now. So Jupiter is up here in Taurus. The way that I'm holding my hands has nothing to do with where the planets actually are. It's just my way of my brain. So Jupiter is coming into an exact trine with Saturn. So this isn't exact. Jupiter right now is at 6 degrees of Taurus. And remember, Saturn is at 7 degrees of Pisces. So I don't know when that happens. I think tomorrow Jupiter forms the exact trine to Pisces or to Saturn. However, this is helping Saturn out. Trines are harmonious aspects. I see it as either like a thumbs up from the planets across the sky or like a high five, like an air hug, like, yeah, you got it, a pat on the back from across. But Jupiter is the generous planet. Jupiter brings abundance and luck. So he's looking at Saturn right now saying like, hey, do it like a Taurus. Process your shit, but do it with simplicity. Like, take it slow, make it simple. This is not a time to overcomplicate your healing. This is time to just accept the gift that Saturn is bringing and say thank you. It's Mercury in Gemini that wants to overcomplicate. Saturn just wants a to-do list. Like, Saturn just wants to see the trajectory, if that makes sense. Let me know what you guys are thinking about everything that I just commented. I want to see what you guys are chatting about. This makes a lot of sense, Bonnie. I experience tension with my responsibility of packing. Lots of emotion battling what I know has to happen. I love that. Yeah, Bonnie's in the middle of moving. A very magical move, I'll just put it that way. Helen, so this is showing me I need to quit all my possibility thinking and see the reality of the people I have been wanting to be with. Possibility thinking is all fear. What if? What if? What if? What if? What if it's the best thing that's ever happened to you? You know, like what if the situation brings you to exactly where you need to be? How come that one is the not so automatic thought? For most of us. For most of us. Helen says, of course it's possible for anyone to do better, but if they aren't, they aren't. Exactly. Anik, that is exactly how I am approaching my work right now. Have a lot of structured things to complete on a schedule, yet don't have control over some main elements, so I just have to let that go, even if it turns chaotic. Yeah, and it most likely won't. 'Cause that's great. Helen says, bigger planets are always bigger in every way, always. The bigger orbit, because if it's the bigger planet, that means that Jupiter would always win, but Pluto would trump Jupiter. Helen, sometimes I just hate to do things that in deep reality I know need to be done to keep me healthy. We all do, and we're also coming out of the fixed Grand Cross that we just had for a few weeks. We had planets in all of the fixed signs, between 0 to 2 degrees of the fixed signs, and that, I'll list them in a second, but that is just the energy of like stubborn teenager. Like, no, I got it. I'm gonna do it my way. Don't show me anything else. Like this, I got it. So that was just happening with Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So yeah, we're all coming out of feeling that stubborn energy. And that can be just a reminder for you guys too, like we're out of that energy. It's not as strong right now. It's still there, but it's releasing. So maybe, as much as I'm saying that like Mercury's gonna lose, there are no winners or losers, so maybe I want to rethink how I talk about the planets that way. But Mercury in Gemini is also inviting you to change your mind. Mercury in Gemini, it's mutable air. It's literally like seeing things from a different angle, seeing different options available, choosing to change your thought process, choosing to change your automatic thoughts. So even though I'm saying, you know, like Saturn wins, this is making me want to reconfigure how I talk about that, but it is true. We're allowed still to change our mind. Helen says, crap, good thing I'm going camping this weekend. Nature always heals me. I'll take some oracle cards with me. I love that. I'm also camping this weekend in my backyard. Yvonne, good morning from California. First time listener. Welcome, welcome. Listening while getting ready for work. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. She says, yes, I was acting like that stubborn teenager and wanting to do things how I wanted to do things. I have seen a shift in my need for control. That's great. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I love when you guys get involved in this. It's not all about me, it's all about us. Helen says, yeah, doing it my way unfortunately made me take a deeper look at doing it my way made me take a deeper look at what I'm doing. Time to change what is definitely not working. Don't let the raccoons try to steal your breakfast. Yeah, and don't beat yourself up about it. You know, we all make mistakes, and the mistakes are there to show us that there's a better way to do things. It's okay. It's okay that you didn't do it right because you're learning. We're always learning. So today I want to ask the cards, how can we accept help from Saturn and Pisces? Like, how can we invite this plan for healing from Saturn and Pisces? Guest says, I definitely want to see the trajectory as I am in a cycle of healing, but still on that journey. I feel like I'm like excited to be on this healing journey for the rest of my human existence. And I'm not even like trying to be a smartass about that. Like, I know that I'm gonna keep finding things that need to be healed, but I'm choosing to find the joy in the experience. it's fun to be like, oh, like, that's why I made that mistake. That's really cool. Like, maybe I can, like, what, it's like a game. Like, what would happen if I tweak that? Like, how much better would my life be if I allowed myself to heal that part of me? It's, like, exciting to me. And it, like, I never know what the outcome is going to be. And I feel like detaching from the outcome helps you to enjoy the outcome more. The disappointment comes when your expectations aren't met. So if you release expectations and you trust that it's all for your highest good, it kind of makes it easier. It's all a process. It's all a process. Courtney is like that too. Yeah, it's just such a deep knowing that, like, I'm never going to be done, and that's exciting. That's exciting. Yvonne resonates with Helen. Helen says, I know I've been feeling pretty beaten up because I was hoping for the past 1 3/4 that stuff would fit. Grieve it. Grieve it. And then let it go. Courtney says, every day I discover new things about myself through healing. It's so fun. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. The more I discover my own shadow, the more I love myself. And then we are all one. So, like, I understand myself in order to understand others, in order to understand myself, and vice versa. And the more I love myself, the more I love others, and blah, blah, blah. And it's very interesting. Christine, I'm packing for our family trip, and the weather where we're going keeps changing, so I'm doing my best to figure out what I need. But in the end, need to let go of what the weather is going to bring. I feel that. I love that. It's all karmic, need to complete. Agree that expectations need to be dropped. Yeah, challenging aspects are my best teacher. Yes, Jeannie. Okay, one last quick comment, and then we'll get to the cards, I promise. But the challenging aspects thing, one of the clients that I have, it just struggles, right? Like, we all struggle. And this person's chart has so many grand trines. There's like 4 grand trines. So that is, a grand trine is when you have planets all in the same element, all 3. So 3, I'm not even going to say the element because I don't want to, like, call anyone out, but grand trines, multiple of them, and it's literally like a huge blessing from the universe. And this person has such a hard time, like, seeing the gifts. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, I'm not trying to make myself seem like better than anyone else. This is just an interesting observation. I have 2 I have 2 cardinal grand crosses in my chart. So I have squares, 4 fixed, or 4 cardinal points that are all tension. I have 2 of those in my chart, and, like, this is not fake. Like, this bubbly, positive personality, like, this is legit. This is who I am. This is how I choose to see life. And it's just interesting that, like, when you have the challenges, when you allow yourself to overcome them, the wins are huge. But, like, when you're handed things in life, like I don't know, you could take it for granted. It's easier to take it for granted when it's handed to you, and it feels like not worth more, but it feels like a deeper reality when you do it yourself. I hope that came out the way that I wanted it to come out, because I'm not saying anything bad about anyone or anything good about anyone. It was just the interesting aspect about, appreciating lessons versus appreciating gifts, if that makes sense. Just interesting. Guess there will be a kind of quiz on how well I'm doing the last weekend of the month when I see everyone face to face. Christine, I love you. I'll be packing for the camping trip today. All right, guys. Today, we're going to keep it simple, and we're also going to bring some newness. I have a new deck. Surprise. And I've only used this once real quick to do just one quick reading. I asked the deck why it came to me, and then I haven't looked at it since. But this is called the Healing Spirits Oracle. So that's it. We're going to ask how to accept help from Saturn in Pisces right now. How does Saturn want us to invite his assistance in? You'll need more bookshelf space for all your decks. I know, Helen, I'm starting to stack. Look, you can see it like stacked up. I might have to move all my, those are bones. That's a deer pelvis and a deer jaw. And then that's my wolf. There's something else. I think there's a little frog right there. Those are animals I work with. Yes, Chandra. We are working with the Healing Spirits Oracle. So I subscribe to a card deck subscription service, and this is what came the other day. So this is like, I didn't pick this deck picked me, and it seemed right today. Like, how do we keep it simple? You know, we have that help. We have that trine from Jupiter in Taurus. So Jupiter is expanding the simplicity of things. Like, how do we not overcomplicate this? It's Hay House. I'm sure if you just go to the Hay House website, is it? Nope, it's on this side. Hay House. It's over on the side there. I'm sure if you just go to the Hay House website, you can find the subscription there. Yes, Alicia, we're just getting started with the first deck. So if you guys want to send your energy into this deck, whatever that looks like for you. Helen, they send 3 decks every 3 months. And it looks like you're working with card number 3 today too. So we're asking Saturn how we can accept his help right now in Pisces. If you are brand new, the way that I do my readings are always group readings. And this is also a place where you get to practice your intuitive skills. So I'm gonna let 3 cards come out of the deck for us. And then I'm gonna show you the back of the cards. So you're going to see that same image 3 times. I don't know, I'm having such a hard time with that right now. And I invite you to let go of your, this is gonna sound weird, let go of your human senses and tune into your soul senses. So like, doesn't matter like what the cards actually look like, but like, do your eyes do something weird when I hold up a card? Like, is one like pulling to you? Does something happen in your physical environment? Like, does a bird chirp? Does your cat jump on your lap? Do you get a ringing in your ear? Like, do you have an itch somewhere? Do you just know right now a number or 2 between 1 and 3? That's it. Don't try too hard. If nothing pulls to you, then the whole reading is for everyone. But if you do feel called to a certain card, the way that I interpret it is that it's our guides just saying, like, pay extra attention to that card. So the whole thing is for you. Don't beat yourself up if nothing jumps out at you. Let go of expectations, right? Here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which cards are resonating with you, and I will hold them up one more time. The back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let's see. Helen, 3. Jackie, 1, 2. Head and heart. Alicia, 1 and 3. Courtney, 1. Bonnie, 1. Caroline, 3. Anique, 2. Christine, 1 and 2. Joy, all of them. Christine, 1. It jumped. Okay. And 2 and some 3. Jessie, 3. Nikki, 1. Dill, 1. Yvonne, 2 and 3. Michelle, 1 and 3. Chris, 1 and 3. Nicole, 2 and some 3. Chandra, 3. Alejandra, 2 and 3. Nikki, if cough counts as a sign, then 1. A cough is a release. That's all I'll say. Do with that what you will. Jeannie, 2 and 3. Helen, that. Dill, 1 and 3. Awesome. How can we accept help from Saturn? And these are short and sweet. I like these descriptions. They're only a couple sentences. So card number 1 today, how can we accept help from Saturn in Pisces? Be the best version of yourself and start today. You have the potential to grow spiritually and raise your life to a much higher level now. The wise spirit sages show us that there is always a chance to grow and expand in a positive way, which will not only affect us, but all of those that we love. They are reminding you of this now. Remember, you have the right to be brilliant and successful. So push your boundaries and exceed all the limits. The only thing that can stop you from growing is your own limited thinking. So get going and keep on growing. Your life holds amazing possibilities and the potential to be better every day. It feels like Saturn just wants you to trust yourself right now and to try to work on yourself and do the best you can. What stood out from this card was that it mentions that when we grow and expand in a positive way, it doesn't only affect us, but it affects everyone that we love. So if there is a situation with you in your life right now with someone, sorry, I got distracted. If there's a situation with someone in your life right now that you're having an issue with, like you wish that they were behaving a different way, you wish that you could interpret their behavior a different way, something like that, by healing yourself, I promise, you will begin to see their actions in a different way. By healing your own shadows, by healing your own inner traumas, their actions do not impact you as much because they're not like pushing at an open wound. They'll be pushing at a healed wound, so then you can address the issues in a different way instead of just reacting to them. I hope that makes sense. Amen, Bonnie. Courtney, I feel really nauseous as you read that card. Okay, so nausea and like excitement to me can feel the same. Like that butterfly feeling can sometimes be confused for nausea. So I wonder, let me know how that feels when I said that. Michelle loves it. I'm having that issue with someone in my life. Yeah, Helen, as long as I have my handkerchief hand at all times, I'll be okay this weekend. Caroline, the energy is intense. I've gotten so pushed to improve. I've become sober, not even on my timeline, but like due to spirit, and this energy is intense and resonates with what you're saying. That's awesome, Caroline. Proud of you. Chandra, me too. That's wonderful. Alicia says the perfect message for me today. This is like, so we asked Saturn in Pisces, like, what do you need us to do in order to receive help? And he just wants you to try a little bit. Like, just take steps 1 and 2. He'll carry you the rest of the way. Like, you just gotta give a little bit of effort. You know what I'm saying? Michelle, I wanted to thank you for your donation earlier, too. Appreciate it. Courtney, the butterflies make sense. Okay. Feel to heal, Joy. Yep. Helen, all 3 cards have a message. Every time. They always do. They always do. The one that will carry the most weight. I like the way you put that. Card number 2, how can we accept help from Saturn in Pisces? This is a spiritual hug. Look at that. Too much of one thing and not enough of another. People are pulling at you and constantly wanting something from you. This type of experience will leave you feeling depleted and out of balance. This is the time to sit in quiet meditation and ask your spirit guide if you may have a spiritual hug. Just one spiritual hug will recharge your battery and fill you with renewed strength to take back into your life. Your guide is there for you, even when you feel that others are not. Remember, they aren't only there to push you forward, but also to hold you when you need it. Oh my goodness. Ask Saturn and Pisces for a spiritual hug. If Saturn wants to give you a hug, like Pisces is the most comfortable place for him to do so. Any kind of water sign. But right now, like this, I feel like this is like a divine father type hug. It's different. You know, it's different getting a warm hug from a woman and getting a warm hug from a man. It's just different. I feel like this is a masculine hug. However you want to interpret that, but ask for love and balance and literally just feel the love from the universe, from Saturn if you want. I love that. It's so simple. Keep it simple. Jupiter wants to keep it simple right now. What do you need? Sometimes you just need a gosh darn hug. I love it, Helen. These are great cards. Yeah, I like these too. Jacqui, oh yes, everyone needs something from me and I'm busy doing for all and not myself, working to take my own time every day. I love it. Caroline says, I'm a Pisces sun. We're great huggers. I know you are. Yep. I love all the Pisces hugs I get. Anique says, this is perfect for me, and I felt number 2 because heart started flowing across it when you first held it up. I love it. Both are resonating with you, Christine. Helen's given some kudos to Jacqui. I love it. It's so simple. It's so simple. Most things in life, I think life is easy. It's this that makes it complicated. What do you think of that? Honestly, like this is what makes us overthink everything. We don't need to overthink everything. Just do the basics and it usually works out. Can you show the card again? It was blurred for me. Yes, here you go, Rose. Alicia says, I felt that. I'm a Pisces. This deck is great. Yeah, I do. I love how simple this deck is. Can actually feel the energy of the cards as you work with them. That's cool. There's a big truck. I can hear a work truck outside, but I don't know what it is. All right, card number 3. How can we accept help from Saturn and Pisces? Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. Ugh. All human life must know highs and lows in order to grow. Life may appear difficult at times, but this is part of the bigger plan. And now is the time to stop and ponder, as big decisions should be avoided when the mind is clouded by indecision and the path ahead feels blocked. The wise spirit sages teach caution and patience when the road isn't smooth, and also remind us that lows are followed by highs, and questions are followed by answers. The answers are often the signs that show you when to take the next step at the crossroads and which direction to take. Nothing much can come from rushing. It's best to wait for a while before pushing forward with your plans. This feels like pause and let the plan show itself. Like, don't bullet yourself down a path that you're unsure of. Like, it's okay to take it slow. Jupiter and Taurus helping us out here as well. Like, take one step at a time, and it's okay to not know the whole plan. I know I said in the beginning that Saturn and Pisces just wants a plan, and maybe it's not the whole plan. Maybe Saturn and Pisces just wants to know what the next step is, or what your current step is. What are you working on right now? What step are you taking right now? Like, finish the whole step before you jump to steps 2 through 75. Caroline, thank goodness. Patience. Helen, yes, I knew 3 was important for me now. Addie, thank you. She says, these cards and your comments are wise. Thanks. The name of this deck is Healing Spirits. I'm holding up the card deck if you're not watching right now. Michelle says, oh my goodness, thank you, Jacqui. Overwhelmed with gratitude for these messages today. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Jeannie says, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Chiron in Pisces. A lot of Pisces energy. Yeah. Enjoy the process. Be present. Absolutely. Saturn is a very grounded planet. Saturn rules Capricorn. Capricorn is the highest evolved Earth sign. So Saturn just, Earth, grounded, stay. Earth is slow. Earth is forever. Like, Earth is just there, Slow down. You got time. Oh, Jeanette, we're not even done. I have one more deck that I'm going to pull from. Helen says, I know there is this slow down energy, but after listening to Molly McCord, it feels like I need to get the house sold before July 23rd. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then you're meant to experience that type of energy, Yvonne, I felt all of these. 3 is a confirmation of things I have been told by others. 1 and 2 work in unison for me. That's great. So glad you found us today. Jeanette, thanks for the readings. Yeah, we have one more. Caroline, Saturn in Pisces feels like an oxymoron, just me. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit in the beginning. Saturn is so rigid and structured, and Pisces is not. So we can take it however we want to take it. I feel like Saturn will get more comfortable as he's in Pisces. Not yet. Caroline, don't be sorry. You weren't late. You came at the right time. Came at the perfect time. I always put my recordings on my YouTube channel as well. If you want to just search my name on YouTube, you can subscribe to me there to see the updates. Our good friend Bonnie always puts the text updates of the cards in the group that I have on Insight Timer. It's called Our Spiritual Community. So you can join us there to just visually review the cards. Just a quick little, she doesn't type the whole thing, just like a couple sentences to jog your memory. And yeah, come hang out with us in our spiritual community. Share your insights, share your meditations that you find on Insight Timer. It's a great place to be. Yeah, if you guys have been enjoying today's session, donations are always appreciated, never expected. The money donations are an option. Following me on Insight Timer is an option of a energy exchange. Liking my content on social media, interacting with me on social media, those are all ways to show the rest of the world that I know what I'm talking about. If you want to work with me one-on-one, my link tree is in my Insight Timer bio, so you can see all the stuff that I'm up to there. I do astrology readings, I do Reiki healing, I do tarot and oracle readings, I do Akashic records. It's a whole thing. I'm kind of all over the board. But yeah, if you follow me on Insight Timer, you can see all the times that I'm back, which will be tomorrow, but we have one more card to pull. Guest said, you were being sarcastic there. Decisions shouldn't be made. My mind is too clouded to know which step to take first. Don't go with your mind, go with your heart or your gut. So our gut, that gut feeling, your intuition, the first thought that comes into your head, that's always right. And then the mind comes in to screw it all up, to think about the options. Your body has wisdom. Your body has intuition. This is not on my side either, and decisions must be made. Sometimes accepting the outcome is the only decision we can make. Well, as Jacqui says, what will be, will be. I don't think I've ever said that, but okay, Helen. Jacqui, thank you for your donation. Caroline, thank you for your donation. Love to follow and work with you more. Sign up on my email list, and that's where I post about things that I'm doing that are new and exciting. Jacqui, I'm actually scheduled all the way through Cancer season, but I guess Insight Timer just doesn't post it until like a couple weeks beforehand, so yeah. Instagram, that's for my podcast. Yeah, A Werewolf 444U is the podcast that I have, which we are now on Spotify, by the way. I do so much and I like forget to tell you guys. The podcast is on Spotify, so you can find us there if it's easier than listening on YouTube. And I changed the link in my link tree to go right to Spotify, so you can listen to the podcast there. And then, yeah, that Instagram, I forget to talk about it because it's not me that manages it. It's my podcast partner that manages it. So check us out there. My TikTok is like my favorite social media right now. I'm most active there. I'm really proud of the content that I put on there because it's not just like BS, I'm here to get followers. Like, I'm trying to actually like share really good stuff on there. Yeah, I know I draw an older crowd, and I was really resistant to TikTok because of the way that it was promoted, but it's not just like stupid dances and trends. There's a lot of deep wisdom on TikTok, and I think people are afraid of that deep wisdom getting out, so they're making TikTok look like a bad place. But there's lots of like authentic spiritual people on TikTok if you know how to find them. Anyway, thank you, Bonnie. Okay, so because of all this animal magic that happened before today with the raccoon and the cat and all this stuff, I decided to pull an animal card for us. The Zen of Animals, just asking like what animal spirit wants us to embody it at this time. It'll make sense when I pull it. So feel free to send your energy into this deck. Thank you, Jacqui, my goodness. Bonnie and Jacqui are both recommending working with me. I enjoy you guys. Jacqui says, so funny you draw an older crowd on TikTok. I meant in general. In general, most of the people that follow me are older than me. That's what I meant. Not on TikTok. I have no idea who those people are. They're just a circle on the internet. They don't like interact with me. Like, this is where I interact with you guys. TikTok is more just like my sounding board. And I've been trying to give like quicker astrology updates on TikTok because I only get 3 minutes to do so. So that can be another just little chunk of whatever's going on. Okay, which animal spirit would like us to use its medicine right now in order to most effectively work with the Saturn and Pisces energies? Yeah. I love it. Thanks, Jacqui. She says, I like the quick astrology that your partner has put on Instagram. Yeah, she's the one that pushed me to make those short little TikToks. Partnerships are great, guys. They push you out of your comfort zone, and we're both stubborn people. I'm a Taurus, she's a Leo. We're both very fixed, but like, it works. It's great. Christine says, you're so young. It's easy to be older than you. Okay, there's also people younger than me. Letting go, my Instagram, Jacqui, can you type it in the chat, please? It's not an easy word. You gotta like, it's a werewolf 444U. That's my podcast. So the energy, the animal that wants to work with us right now is the dragon. This is great. This is great. All right, so mystical power, emperor, luck, control, cosmic chi, force of nature, scares off evil spirits. The wondrous dragon represents the emperor and often holds the pearl of great price. This treasure grows to relieve the irritation of invasive grit and symbolizes the rewards of suffering. becoming something precious and beautiful. That was deep. I feel like that resonated so much with everything we talked about. There's a little bit more. Like the pearl, our strength and beauty are often developed by annoying life events. The dragon can control nature's energies and scare off evil spirits. Find the dramatic courage of your inner dragon, and with it, your luck and power. And then there's a quote that goes with all of these cards. The intrinsic power we uncover in meditation is a power no one can give to us and no one can take away from us. The power of self-existing wakefulness. I'm a little speechless. Yeah, Helen, I'll read it again because that was deep. I'm a little speechless because dragon energy came up super strong with someone I was working with yesterday. And this is great. It's also talking about the annoying life events that overcoming those events bring the pearl of self-realization and all of that, which we just talked about. I'll read it again because I really like the message. But I wanted to show you guys, this is my dragon. I got it when I met Jacqui for the first time in person. We went to this crystal shop called Moon Dragon. And at that time, the dragon energy, was like really strong. Like it had just entered my life. And I found this and we were at a store literally called Moon Dragon. How could I not buy a dragon at Moon Dragon? So, that wasn't the first time. You came to my house first. But yeah. Anyway, I will read that again. This was deep. This was great. Okay, I'm not going to read the keywords. I'm just going to read the little description. The wondrous dragon represents the emperor and often holds the pearl of great price. The treasure grows to relieve the irritation of invasive grit and symbolizes the rewards of suffering, becoming something precious and beautiful. Like the pearl, our own strength and beauty are often developed by annoying life events. The dragon can control nature's energies and scare off evil spirits. Find the dramatic courage of your inner dragon, and with it, your luck and power. It's like the diamond coal thing. Like you got to put coal under pressure in order for the diamond to come out. This is just like the Asian interpretation of it. Like you got to put the pearl is formed by, I don't even know the story behind it, but like the pearl is formed by pressure and by tribulation and stuff that sucks. And then you call in your inner dragon, you find your inner fire, and you let that fire scare away all of the negative things that aren't even negative. Things that like drain our energy. I believe that everything has good intention, but the outcome isn't always right. And that's it. That's why I like, if you think you have a dark entity on you type of stuff, like if you think there's something like sucking your energy, don't throw it away. Like ask it a question. You know, most things that cause us harm are just because they are hurt themselves. Compassion is the answer. Love and compassion is the answer. Someone asked what kind of services I offer. Literally everything. It's all just, I just flow. I'm getting to a point where like I'm not even gonna let people choose off of my menu. I'm just gonna, let's just work together for an hour and we're gonna figure out whatever flows. But I do astrology, I do human design, I do tarot and oracle readings, I read Akashic records, I do Reiki healing. I've also learned an integrated energy therapy. It's just like a different type of healing. Like the whole guided meditation thing just comes into all of my practices. I don't know, like whatever you need is what I deliver. I've been, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I haven't been like talking about what I do a lot because I'm in the process of shifting a lot of stuff. Like things are changing in a good way, like in a very good way. And I just haven't felt excited to like talk about what I do, but I do everything. Not everything. I do see Jacqui and let her let her intuitive a service. Oh, let me intuit a service. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so if you want to work with me, like if you like my energy, just send me an email. All my information's in my link tree, and if you don't know what you want, great. Like that's my favorite. Just say like, these are my problems, and then like let's do something together. But that's it. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the donations. Let me see what else is coming through. I want to see what else you guys were talking about. I'll just chatting among yourself, I guess. I just realized, Helen, my Moldavite has a dragon bale. What is that? Michelle, it has come up so many times this week. The dragon? The dragon concept was new to me when it first came up recently. And I heard that like when the dragon energy comes to you, you're ready for it. You know, it's like everything else. Like I heard that about the Akashic Records. When the Akashic Records find you, that means that you're ready for it. That handle doesn't work for Instagram. Ooh. Well, not dot, but like I think you gotta put the actual dot. A werewolf 444u dot pod. I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's Vicky's thing. I can only focus on what I have mental space for. Got it. Awesome. Thank you, Helen. Blessings to all. I want to see what else you guys were saying. The Pearl of Great Price, John Steinbeck. Bonnie, what else do you have to say about that? That caught my interest, and I've never, like, heard of it. The Pearl of Great Price. Edgar Winter was part of his band this time. Oh, the Ringo Starr concert? That's awesome. Joy, thank you so much. We'll be emailing Michelle, holding my dragon bloodstone since we started. Oh, Michelle, you're responsible for that card then. I'm just kidding. Hello, Deborah. Mahala, it's cool because in Gene Keys, the pearl is the opener for prosperity. Didn't know that, but that's pretty cool. I've heard of the Gene Keys, haven't dove into it yet. It's there. Blessings to all. Michelle just read the 59th, The Dragon in Your Genome. Synchronicities are real. Just if you get excited about these little things, they start to happen more. That's what I say. That's what I'll say. So wonderful to be here with you in this tribe today. Excited for 2 days in a row with you. Yeah, Jacqui, I'll be back tomorrow at the same time talking about the new moon on Saturday. So I would love to see you guys back tomorrow. And then next week, I don't remember, but if you follow me on Insight Timer, you'll see all my classes. Letting go, I'm dealing with adult kids with addictions and mental illnesses that are scary. That is scary. That can be scary. Sending you love and release. Joy, what time? Same as today, 8:15 Central Time, so 1 hour in the past. 2 days in a row. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bonnie says it's a short book. It's actually called The Pearl. The main character gets carried away with greed and ambition, loses track of what's important. We're gonna end it on that. Thank you so much for being here today. Love to all. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow.